So hey guys, this is a short flow test of the Rapido ultra high flow hot end. Currently running 0.4 nozzle, printing Eastern ABS Plus at 260 degrees Celsius with 80 on the bed. The test is made so it is at 100 millimeters per second, so at 100% print speed, and I'll just increase the speed as I go along until it doesn't want to extrude anymore properly. Yeah, that's basically it, I think. We will see how much flow we get. It's 0.2 millimeters per second layer height and 0.4 millimeters width. So just let it print the first layer with the brim a bit, and then I'll go and see how much it will do. So the test is pretty similar to what VzBoT did a few days ago with his quest to go 1500 millimeters per second, which is pretty insane, honestly. But I think we might max out with these settings at about 800 millimeters per second for this. So we will see. So the first layer is 150 millimeters per second, I think. Pretty slow, but we will see. It is starting to smell pretty bad in here already. No fume extractor yet. So let me open the window for a bit. Should be fine for this small part. By the way, this setup is running, for those who don't know, it's running the LDO steppers on 48 volts for X and Y, Bondtech LGX Lite, with the 20 millimeters extruder motor running at, I believe, 0.6 amp. Don't pin me on that, I think it's 0.6, maybe 0.8, not sure. But stays pretty cool-ish. How far that kind of motor will ever stay cool, but and yeah, the LDO steppers are running at this moment, I'd say 1.6 for normal printing and 1.8 amps for the unicorn speeds. But this is, I've set it to 40 kXL and 100 millimeters per second SCV, so no need to go 1.8 amps. And let's hope this Eastern spool doesn't tangle on me during testing. Happens more often than you'd think. And I need to fix my bowling tube, not sure what's happening here, but nah, all the time. I'm running these tests now because I did some benchmarking a bit earlier, but those were air extruding, and I don't know, I feel like when I print I can go much higher on flow rate than I got with those numbers wise. Nozzle is a bit close maybe. Yeah, so that's basically why I'm testing it this way now. Also, I'll be having a new little something. Well, little it is, but something for the ultra high flow rapido. Yeah, it's made by Rek, someone in the VzBoT team. He's awesome, and he sent me something. Should arrive tomorrow. Well, by the time you see this, I'll probably include that part of the testing in there as well. But yeah, we'll see how that does for flow. I'm not sure what's going on with some of these lines. Okay, I may need to adjust my model because I'm not sure what's happening here. Make some weird extrusions at places. Red super pink. Could be Kira messing up, I don't know. Well, let it print for a bit, I'll set it a bit faster. 300. 300. This should be better. Yeah, looks fine now, probably. Not sure. Yeah. Could be the shutter speed at 100 mm per second. The LDO motors have some weird vibrations. It's a bit less when going 48 volt, but not everyone has TMC 5160 currently, so 300 seems pretty much fine. As expected, it's only 24 cubic millimeters per second flow, so let's go 400. And let it print for a bit. Measure cooling. Still looks fine to me, no under extrusion. This is 400 millimeters per second, so 32 cubic millimeters per second. Let's go 500. 500 equals to 40 cubic millimeters per second. So at this point I can hear the extruder having a hard time. Yeah, way less than I expected. Yeah, the spring temperature is 270. Disable the RCS. Yeah, 500 is too much, so 450. You just hear it clicking. This is pretty disappointing, to be honest. I hear no more clicking, but I'll kill it. So I think I'm gonna switch out the filament because, well, this is a bit disappointing. So check in with you in a bit. So back again, it's now printing 200 millimeters per second, so only 16 cubic millimeters per second volumetric flow. I've switched to ABS Max, which I normally do my speed printing in. Only downside to ABS Max is it doesn't adhere well to itself, so layer adhesion on functional prints is not that great. So I tend to use normal ABS Plus or Form Futura Titan X, preferably the last one, since it has some better properties for me than normal Eason ABS Plus. So let's ramp up the speeds. We stopped at 500, I'll ramp it to 400 because I noticed that will flow a whole lot better. So not hearing any problems with the extruder, not seeing any. There is some weirdness on the brim, so that's probably what you will be seeing, especially on the middle section. So 400 seems fine. 500, so 40 cubic millimeters per second flow. Not hearing extruder skips. Also not seeing any. So 550 first. fine. Putting some more cooling on. And I'm starting to see somewhat ugly layer lines in the center. 600. Yeah, and starting to under extrude. Yeah, I'm going to kill it. So this is 42 millimeters per second. And it's under extruding. Weird. In small prints you can normally go way higher, but we will see. I'll kill it quick before I break anything. Kill it. So, yeah, I'll take the camera off. Well, actually it's my phone. The camera wasn't charged and I wanted to do this today. So, well, you can see at 600 it's it's not really extruding. And also layer adhesion is far from what you'd want. It's pretty typical for the ABS Max. Pretty bad. Well, that's unfortunate. At 500 the last one completely failed. The ABS Max got some better, like 450, 500 was kinda usable, especially for the shorter stuff, but at 600 it completely failed, so it only is 48 cubic millimeters per second square per second. It wouldn't do, so 40 with ABS Max is probably fine, but 35 on an ABS Plus can be done, but those claims about 70 cubic millimeters per second are definitely not true, so we can discard those. Yeah, those were probably also tested with a 0.8 millimeter nozzle, I think. I'm running a 0.4 on this now. So yeah, that's, that might be part of the difference, like more back pressure. I kind of want to use a 0.5 millimeter nozzle, can't find one, so if you have any recommendations I'd be happy to buy another nozzle for this. 0.6 is just too crude for this kind of printer. You can go really freaking fast, but you need the melt capacity, and as I said, I'm receiving something this week to further test this. I know it's gonna boost the flow significantly, but not sure by how much. So say hi to Rec, check him out. I'll continue this one once I get stuff in, and yeah, it'll be in the same video though, but yeah, for me. So bye. Well, first test, same temps, 260 and 265 for the preheater. I'm gonna turn it down to 260. Didn't know I set another temperature for that. It's doing now 24 cubic millimeters per second. No problems as of yet. Maybe some slight cooling. I'll push some RCF through. I'm gonna up the speed now. This is 300 millimeters per second. Next up is 350. Let's see how much flow that is. That's 28 cubic millimeters per second. No problem. Just go ahead and put it to 400. So that's 32 cubic millimeters per second. Aside from some cooling issues on the corners, no issues. 500. And a bit extra cooling. Not seeing any skipping, not hearing any skipping. This is 40 cubic millimeters per second. Dang, that's pretty fast. 600. 48 cubic millimeters per second. And this is about 48 cubic meters. I'm seeing some minor skipping, but remember this is not the CHT, normal nozzle. But this would, for short bits, would still be doable. Let's get it down to 550. It's like 45 cubic millimeters per second. At that point there's not like any skipping audible, and it seems pretty good again. Nice. So 48 is about the limit, like maybe 50 is for short bits. Not sure yet, but next up is for sure trying a new speed benchy. Biggest thing with the previous one for me was like melting issue. Not much melting power there with normal rapido ultra high flow, but this unicorn high flow version will do much better. Nice. But still, the tests VzBoT made with the Longslong, those were way more promising. So I might need to redo the testing with the 40mm version of it when I can get my hands on it, of course. Should be soon though, I hope. Let's up the temp a bit, 270 for the final stage, and then go up a bit. Remember this isn't ABS Plus, so no ABS Max. Usually that stuff has way more flow than... By the way, look at the spool. I'll detach the camera. Yeah, this will eat away some filament. Yeah, I've got some lifting in some corner, but well, didn't clean the bed. It has been apart for a month, this printer, so nice. It's now at 270, so back to 600. Let's see what it does. Not too bad actually. Oh, I need to kill this one. So I've removed the bed with the print. Why is my stepper still on? 1 second. Nice. So you can have a look at the setup. Best looking setup I've had on this printer, hands down. Performance is quite good, 45 cubic millimeters per second, no issue. And if I up the temp to 270, I've got it kept at 275 now. That should be good up to 300. Then it will do like 50-ish. What did I say? Not sure anymore yet. 48, I think. Yeah, pretty good for all they use. Maybe a bit better, but I hope the Longslong will be even better than this one. I do like the look of it. So yeah, Rec did a great job on the design of the heat silicon sock. Yeah, it's a bit heavier than the other setup, but the input shaper graph doesn't look too bad. I've got a little bit of an extra spike on X now. Not sure where it's coming from, but yeah, being the carriage being all aluminium, it transmits a lot more vibrations to the sensor. So and the amplitude is very low on this machine because everything is super light. It's like 1E4, and the device shaper was MZV for XZ. I believe it was 80, and Y also around 80 or 70-ish, something like that. So not bad at all, but I mean, could be better. At this point, did a lot of tuning, so some stuff left to do. But hey, this will work fine for now. Yeah, that's about it. The upgrade. So big thanks to Rec for making this and sending one out to me. Don't think you will be able to buy one from him. It was more like a small project he made for himself. Very cool to test this out for sure. So see you next time.